Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Bianchi, and we're taking a look at number 4, which is asking us to find the surface area of this figure, which is a tetrahedron. It's a polyhedron, but more specifically, when we use the word tetra, we're talking about 4. So I have the thing in 3D. Here it is, and I'll spin it around. And one of the things that we should notice about this thing, I can take the net out and show you. It's stuck. But here's the net. I'm going to unfold it and show you the net for it. Now, if you look carefully at the net, you can see that it's made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, and there, maybe if you look at it on this side, you can see better. There are 4 congruent triangles. Now, one of the things that we really have to study in the 2D image of this thing is we have to figure out whether or not they're suggesting that the triangles are equilateral triangles. So let's figure that out by looking at it. And I have this on Smart Notebooks, so let's look at it on here. So if we study this first triangle here, this one in the front, we can see that this is 8, and they're telling us that this is 8. And they're also telling us that on the side that it's also equal to 8. So it seems like all the triangles would be congruent. So I'm going to put this thing back together. So in other words, they're saying that this is 8, this is 8, and this is 8. So that's enough information for us to conclude that we're dealing with equilateral triangles. So if we were interested in finding the area of just this triangle, right, this red triangle, we would need the base and we would need the height. That is given. See, they're telling us that this is 8 and this is 7. We would substitute those numbers into the formula. The formula for one of the triangles is half of the base times height, and the base is 8 and the height is 7. But the thing we have to remember here is we have 4 of them. So we have the 3 that make up the lateral sides, and then we have the one on the bottom. 4, all congruent. So that's why we're multiplying by 4. All right, when you get to this point, you have the option of multiplying in any order. Commutative property states that you can multiply these in any order. So some people might actually choose to take half of 4. But I think I like the idea of figuring out what the area of one of the triangles would be, and then we'll apply it to the idea that we have 4 of those. So if we take half of 8, that would be 4. And if we multiply that by 7, we would get 28. So that means that each triangle, that means that one of them, so let's hold the thing up again and look at it. So one of these triangles right here would have an area of 28 square centimeters. But remember, we have 4 of them. We're going to multiply that number by 4. So let me bring the 4 through in the formula, which you should do the same thing on your piece of paper. Everybody should be copying this on their piece of paper. And then the only thing left you have to do is to finish up by multiplying those two numbers together and knowing that we're talking about square centimeters. So which product over here is going to be the product of these two factors of 4 and 28? That's the only thing left you have to do. All right, good luck finishing that up.